Residents of Diepkloof Hostel in Soweto are taking their frustrations to the streets again. They are protesting over lack of service delivery. And it is the third protest in the area in almost a month. Our reporter Heidi Giokos is in Diepkloof and filed this report or joins us this morning. Heidi, good morning to you and thank you for your time. Give us the latest in terms of the intensity of this protest.
Yes, it does seem rather intense, Cindy. We do know that community members here in Soweto, specifically Diepkloof, decided to start blocking this main entrance in and out of Soweto. It's the Chris Hani Road, the road actually where the big hospital, Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, is on. They decided to block the roads. As you can see, there is some debris left over, burning tires and other sorts of rubble. You can see that the traffic is since being diverted. There is, of course, a police signala. We've seen a number of them, the police signala as well as the JMPD signala, firing some rubber bullets, trying to disperse the community. I'm going to ask my colleague Noku to just actually quickly show you to my left. This is exactly where the community has now moved into and dispersed to, given the fact that the police are now moving in. We were hearing some reports of them even trying to block the actual highway, which obviously would be catastrophic given the fact that everybody's trying to get to work. Again, I'm going to ask Naku to just show you on this side, the police have now since moved in and are trying their best to move all the rubble out of the road. Because they're trying to obviously get the traffic to start flowing again. It's a very critical road that obviously is moving in and out of Soweto. When we actually arrived this morning, Cindy, we were met with some aggression from some community members, and when we told them, no, we're from the media and we are trying to cover what's going on here, they indicated that we could continue. But this all stems from service delivery, a lack thereof. About a week or two ago, we engaged with the community where the community, in fact, decided to loot a truck that was carrying explosives. Police were at pains to try and get the community members to return those explosives. They had thought that it was food initially and then only afterwards realized it was explosives. But police are moving in. We've seen a number of police vehicles coming in and trying to, of course, open up the road. It doesn't seem as though there is any hesitation or reluctance from the community members. They are allowing police to open up the road. Behind me, there's also another whole section where the road has been blocked off.
Heidi, and as you were saying, these are the hostel residents in Diepkloof, and it's not necessarily a greater part of Soweto, as it were. And if you say the protest as with regards to service delivery, has it been just lack of service delivery at the hostel, or is this a problem that extends even further in that part?
It definitely does extend further. You constantly hear of people in Soweto expressing the lack of service delivery, speaking about the fact that there's no sufficient electricity. There's also been an issue of jobs. The last time we spoke to the community leader here in the hostel, we were told that there's also an issue of housing. We have up to 11 people sleeping in one small room, and they have been promised time and time again that these issues will be dealt with. I'm not sure if time permits, Cindy, but I'm going to see if I can try and get the community leader to just speak to us and explain to us exactly what's going on. He's literally all the way on the other side. So just give us some time. But as you can see, in the meantime, traffic is starting to flow because they've opened up the road, and you can see now they're starting to they're allowing traffic to start flowing. Before the road was opened up, we actually a nurse stopped and said to us that she's desperate to get through because she needs to get to the hospital, and we said to her, well, the road is completely blocked, and a couple of minutes later the police arrived to clear up the road. But let's get some perspective. We are joined, this is mine, yes. Thank you so much. We are joined by Sanele, who is the community leader here. Thank you so much for your time. Maybe maybe just tell us what exactly is going on here and why the community of Diepkloof have decided to block the road.
Yeah, we blocked the road because of poor service delivery. Yeah, in hostel, we've been protesting long time ago. We need houses. The hostel is old and it's falling apart. We need water and sanitation. And recently, there was 18 million budget from City Power. We were promised to electrify the whole hostel, but now it's not done. They only work October, November, and done. Nothing happened. So we need answers. What happened in that 18 million? And we need answers. Why we are not involved in COJ budget? Because year after year there is a budget. Where does this budget for our hostel goes to? What's happening with our budget? Because the hostel is falling apart. People inside. People are trying to repeat themselves. If the government doesn't care about the hostel people, they mustn't come here when it's election time. They must forget about us. They mustn't come here only election time. They must give us good service delivery.
I want to ask you what the plan is now, because police have moved in and they're starting to clear up what you've used to block the road. What is your next plan of action?
From now on, as leadership, we are going to engage with the police and tell them this is a peaceful protest. They mustn't shoot these people. They mustn't shoot them. We are going to engage with them. So this is wrong of the police. This is wrong. These people, there's no violence. They are not fighting anyone. So there's no need to fight them. There is no need.
But now, what is your next plan of action? What are you going to do next? Because the road is opened up now.
As soon as they leave the police, we come back. We come back. So week in, week out, it's going to be like this until we are hit. Until we are hit. The government must listen to us. They must come here and address our problem. This is our third process in 3 weeks, and I'm telling them we aren't gonna stop. You police, you're gonna work here. You're gonna search for your money, police. You're gonna search for your money. You must rent here some houses or tent, because we're gonna be like this. We're gonna close the roads.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Sanele. We do appreciate it. That is, of course, a community leader here in Diepkloof. And as you can see, the road is now opening up and traffic is somewhat starting to flow, Cindy. And this obviously has to do with the fact that the police have since moved in and are allowing people to come in. I just want to emphasize how crucial this road is, because it is the road leading into Soweto, and it's obviously the main road where you have the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital. And as I mentioned, we had spoken to a nurse earlier on off camera, and she had complete panic and distress on her face, indicating that she urgently needs to get into the hospital. So it's a very critical road, but police have since moved in. According to Sanele, they are going to continue blocking the road, though, to try. I think, let's just see, Naku, just come with me. I think I'm hearing rubber bullets, so I'm trying to understand what's going on. I think the police are moving in again. If time permits, I'm just going to try and go see what's going on there. But I think they are trying to move into the community to figure out what's going on and obviously try and disperse the crowd.
All right, that's our reporter Heidi Giokos out in Soweto and Diepkloof, Soweto. She is just following up the trail. Allegedly, some rubber bullets potentially being fired in that area.
I do see police on my left-hand side, probably just trying to control the situation and see what's going on and manage whether or not any community members try and come in to block the road again, as we heard from Sanele, that community members want to continue blocking the road. There seems to be some engagement between some community members and the police that are on the main road and those community members in the Diepkloof Hostel area. But for now, it does seem as though they are just trying to open up the road and allow for traffic to flow.
Yes, thank you so much, Heidi, for that. That's Heidi Giokos, eNCA reporter out in Soweto in Diepkloof on the N1 intersection to the N12. Hostel dwellers, or rather community members, are protesting, we are told, due to the lack of service delivery there. It's a story we'll keep our eyes locked on and give you the updates. For now, though, if you're in and around that area, try and find an alternative route, albeit that we are promised what looks like the roads would be cleared in a short while.